Bethany. We're going to get good and cuddly over here. Going to get good and cuddly over here.
Yep. I'll be straight. Oh, yes. Thank God that static is gone.
Right? It's beautiful.
That was
literally.
pissing me
Wait.
off.
Wait. Right? I didn't think it would do all that. I don't know. For some reason, the third channel is just...
Thanks a lot, third channel.
Yeah, it's awful. So we're not doing that. That's for sure. Am I one or are you one? You're one. I'm two. Two.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Holy smokes, it's a touchdown.
Gosh, I hope so. Yeah, I guess so. Harrah has like low-key been good.
The Broncos are going to slap them in the face like little kids. I promise you. What happened?
Are we live?
Shouldn't.
We come from different backgrounds, with diverse interests.
Live in Bethany, Oklahoma at Southern Nazarene University Stadium. We are here getting prepared to see your Bethany Broncos take on the Harrah Panthers on Oklahoma Sportsnet. I'm Philip Rodriguez with Brennan Rodriguez here with me. And we are getting set for a big 4A District 2 game that has big, what do you call it? Big stakes. Both these teams gunning for playoff position. Harrah coming in ranked third in the conference with a 2-1 conference record. Bethany all the way down third to last with a 1-2 conference record. But those two losses coming against the teams on the top who are both undefeated in conference play, Tuttle and Blanchard. So still sort of early in the season, but we're kind of getting to the home stretch here. Last few games, only one away game left for the Broncos coming up in a week or two at Ardmore. But this one could really determine if that path is set with playoff hopes or if that path is set with possible playoff hopes dashed. Brennan, we had a almost close game last week against Tuttle that really sort of broke open for the Tigers towards the end, and a heartbreaker before that against Blanchard. Harrah has been surprisingly good, 5-2, depending on which wins you count against them, or which wins you count for them. Hard to say. On paper, this looks like it's a pretty even matchup, but Harrah's definitely not had as strong of a schedule that they faced as Bethany. I guess the question to ask simply is, what can a Bronco do to a Panther?
I'm not sure. Definitely this is going to be a really good matchup tonight. I want to see a lot of, a better production out of the Broncos offense. They struggled a little bit last week against Tuttle. Tuttle was bringing the house, so I'm curious to see if Harrah decides to send the house and really put pressure on Payne tonight. But they do have Gillen in the backfield, and they can always hand it off and have that option and give Payne a break.
Yeah, Tuttle really did kill him with the pass rush last week, as well as killing him on defense with a lot of big-time playmakers on the outside and in the backfield. We'll have to see who Harrah's big impact players are coming straight off the board, but definitely a team that seems like it's probably more run-based, I would say, based on what I was seeing from the pregame looks, for sure.
Yeah, so I'm also curious to see if the Broncos, what kind of defense set they're in. Hopefully getting ready for the run game against Harrah. I haven't seen much games from Harrah this year, but as you could assume, it could be on the ground game tonight. So I'm curious to see what front the Broncos will be in tonight.
Quarterback Joey McLaughlin for Harrah, definitely someone to pay attention to. 6 touchdown passes through their opening games and has also contributed just 32 yards on the ground. They've also got a couple of big runners. Rance Ridley, second on the team. He's kind of an all-purpose man, tight end, fullback, running back. He's all over the place. And then we've also got, in terms of big running players on that Harrah team, because it really is rushing yards that they do, Titus Johnson. That's the guy that we really want to watch out for. Big old senior, number 25, plays linebacker and running back. He's listed at only 5'8", 170, not super big stature-wise, but big in terms of what he means to the team and plays both sides, very similar to our Judson Gilliland, who's the heartbeat of this team.
Yeah, absolutely. So after hearing that, I'm sure Harrah will attack in the air, and let's see if the Broncos stay with that cover 2 that they have been in previously, playing against Tuttle last week, which they were a heavy throwing game last week, which kind of tore us up just a little bit. But I think staying in that cover 2 with the air attack should be a good cover for that tonight.
Yeah, they do like to distribute the ball really evenly. Harrah does. There's 3 different receivers that each of them have caught over 10 passes for at least 100 receiving yards. But they're definitely predicated on the run game, which I think is really pretty good for Bethany's defense, because if they have any weaknesses, it has been defending either really quick lateral movement, quick routes over the middle, or deep routes just all over the field has been a problem for Bethany so far in their last couple of games.
Yeah, I totally agree, and that's something they need to focus on is looking in the flats, trying to cover a quarterback rolling out or find crossing routes that are crossing across the field, and just trying to pick up. They do a really good job at picking up the middle run. Their defense does, but when it comes to like jet sweeps or something on the outside, there just needs to be a little bit more contained there.
And that is something I think that they'll predicate themselves on tonight, as well as they'll have an advantage tonight, because where Bethany has been good defensively has been up front, the linebacker unit, the defensive line, and if they're having to stop a team that mainly runs the ball, I think that's going to be something that they're going to be good at. So we're getting close to the team entrance here. We'll take a quick break here for a little bit, and then be back with more Bethany Broncos football here on Oklahoma Sports Network.
We come from different backgrounds, with diverse interests and unique learning styles. Finding classes that fit your individual needs isn't a challenge at Cameron University. A small campus and dedicated faculty ensures there's always someone close by to guide you on your journey. Your success is our success. Your education is our mission. At Cameron University, you're not a number, you're part of the family.
Back in Bethany, Oklahoma at Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium for the Bethany Broncos versus the Harrah Panthers here on Oklahoma Sports Network. Phil Rodriguez, Brennan Rodriguez, Jordan Rodriguez, and Keegan Honorary Rodriguez all in the booth getting set to go, waiting for the Bethany Broncos to take the field. Jackson Payne, Judson Gilliland, Wyatt Geisler, all big impact players for this team that we're waiting to see take the field, and here they come. Leading the way with the American flag. And that's Cooper Johnson, number 2 fullback and linebacker, senior, carrying Old Glory out there for the Broncos.
You always like to see school spirit when they have a little bit of patriarch in them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I always wanted to run through one of those banners. I don't think I ever got the chance.
Yep. It's pretty exciting.
Don't rub it in, Brendan. All right, yeah, just a couple of minutes away as the Harrah Panthers take the field. Boo. No, I'm just kidding. Panthers, again, surprising on the schedule, coming in at 5-2. Not a traditionally a super strong program. Still a team that has come in looking pretty hot. I know Western Heights in Oklahoma City, they are 5A, but really not a super prestigious high school football program. Harrah beat them 66-0. I believe that was in week 2 or 3 of the high school football season. They beat them so bad it was like they were in college, and they were the high school team. This is the Hall of Honor game for the Bethany Broncos. We'll see who is inducted into the Bethany Hall of Honor at halftime. Saw a lot of fun clips today on social media of Lamar Jackson getting inducted into the Louisville Hall of Honor or Hall of Fame. That was really cool.
Yeah, that was a couple years ago?
Oh, I thought it was recently.
Oh, was
it
recent?
That.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it just seemed like it must have been recent because it was blowing up social media, but maybe it's just because Lamar Jackson's out here just doing things. All-time Bethany against Harrah is 11-8-0. So it is a series that has been pretty even, but Bethany does hold the advantage. The Broncos are going to get the receiving end of the kickoff here, and it's a short pooch kick just behind the 30. Received and taken for not a big gain, but just up to the 35 there by, gosh, it's so hard to see that purple on black. We're going to do what we can. I think that's number 4 He made some big plays last week. That's Jagger Weaver, the junior wide receiver. So good field position for the Broncos here, starting out just a little bit on the Harrah side of the 35-yard line.
I wonder if they're going to try something big here just to start things off.
I think that would be real fun. Yeah, give a little play action to Gilliland and just take a shot. Or, heck, give it to Gilliland and let him take a shot, even if he's in the backfield. It's a narrow set, 2 out to the strong side. Quick pitch to Gilliland. He'll be the first one to take it, and he makes people miss. They finally bring him down by his ankles at the 48-yard line, and a new set of downs on the first play from Gilliland.
Yeah, just a great little sweep right there to get things started off tonight. I guarantee you we're going to see a lot of Gilliland tonight.
He is the, really, it's a cliche thing to say, but he is the heartbeat of this team, the heart and soul of this team. You see it not only in his on-field play, but his off-field demeanor as well, just always keeping that energy going for this team. 1st and 10 here from the 47. Jackson Payne barking out signals to his line, as he often does, and motioning Judson Gilliland out to his left. Payne looking at Gilliland, looking deep now, takes a shot over the middle, and it's over his intended receiver. That's number 85, the tight end, Breck Brady, the freshman. He's a freshman, but doesn't seem like a freshman in size. 6'5", 235. He's a big fella down there.
Yeah, great big guy. That's the first time I think this year that we've called that they have tried to get him the ball as in the tight end position, which is pretty cool.
He looked slightly discombobulated out there. It's a tough game, but man, his size and his strength and the route running was pretty solid.
Yep.
Love to see him get more involved for sure. Judson Gilliland in the backfield alone now with Jackson Payne, the quarterback, motioned out to the right as a wide receiver, and Gilliland's going to take the direct snap, run behind big Devontae Melton, make some people regret getting in front of him as he plows his way up to about the 45. Solid run by Gilliland. He's doing everything already.
Yeah, obviously we've seen that formation a lot this year, and getting in front of Devontae is not a happy sight for the defenders.
Not at all. Yeah, he's a big fella. Sorry, Brendan. I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Oh, no, you're fine.
But
just letting you go ahead.
10:30 left in the first quarter here. No score on the scoreboard. Gilliland again in the Wildcat set. Takes a direct snap. Left side. Open field in front of him. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown! Bethany gets on the board early. You can't write it up any easier than that.
Nope, just a couple quick gives to Gilliland, and just like you expected, he's just going to run his heart out and get a first on the board tonight.
So easy, quick score for the Broncos as they establish that running game, make them afraid of Gilliland, and for good reason, because he bursts through everybody for what I think was about a 47-yard touchdown. Great run from Gilliland. Puts the Bethany Broncos on the board with 10:19 remaining here in the first quarter, 6-0. And number 35, Griffin Tarrant, coming out to attempt the extra point. Snap is good, hold is good, and the kick is good. So Broncos first on the board on their first possession. 7-0 lead for Bethany here. We'll be back with more Bethany Broncos football here on Oklahoma Sports Network.
We come from different backgrounds with diverse interests and unique learning styles. Finding classes that fit your individual needs isn't a challenge at Cameron University. A small campus and dedicated faculty ensures there's always someone close by to guide you on your journey. Your success is our success. Your education is our mission. At Cameron University, you're not a number, you're part of the family.
Back in Bethany, Oklahoma, here at Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium. Bethany Broncos taking on the Harrah Panthers here on Oklahoma Sports Network. Phil Rodriguez and Brendan Rodriguez here in the booth with you, and we have watched a beautiful touchdown just now by Judson Gilliland, burst free down the left side of the field for about 46 yards. Great early touchdown for the Broncos. Puts them up 7-0 with 10:19 left in the first as they get set to kick off, and I'm sure we'll see that little onside hesitation move they like to do here. There it is. It does keep the return team on their heels. I think it might have worked the best we've seen it so far against Harrah. I saw a lot of those guys flinch. That was interesting.
Yeah, definitely if they actually decide to take the onside, it might work one of these days.
Absolutely. Good kick there by Calderon. And that's going to go out the back of the end zone like many of his kicks often do. So Harrah's going to take over at their own 20. Long field for them against a defense that has a thick, powerful defensive front. Bunch of big guys up there that can really hit you right in the teeth. And I don't want to say anything bad about our opponent, but I don't know. They look a little skinny compared to our guys out there, Brendan.
Yeah, just a little bit of a size different, but you can never knock technique.
I don't know. This is a game where size really can outfavor technique, especially in the trenches. Although that's not entirely true. Watch, some offensive linemen are going to call me up here. So shotgun set here for the quarterback for Harrah. That's McLaughlin. Takes a snap, and he's going to pitch it out to a very shifty running back. That's the guy we warned you about, number 25, Titus Johnson. Makes basically the entire Bethany defense miss on his way to almost getting to midfield.
Yeah, I've heard his name before. He's a super quick and shifty guy with a lot of power behind those really quick and speedy legs. So something that the Broncos are really going to have to look out for. Yeah,
judging from the statistics that you are available on Max Preps, he is definitely a big part of the reason of why this Harrah team has been able to hang so many points on so many of their opponents. Pistol set here, McLaughlin with Johnson behind him. Two receivers to his right. They're going to run a screen play out to the right there to the receiver. That's Cash Flint. Pardon me, that's number 0. That's Travis Tabor, and he makes a good gain for, looks like another new set of downs.
Yeah, just
for Harrah. Yeah,
2 quick plays for Harrah to get a first down. And something that I noticed the quarterback doing, he's running to the sideline to get the play, which is something that I haven't seen in a long time.
That is very old school.
It is.
Man in motion there. That's number 6, Jacob Queen. Quick handoff on the left side to Johnson. He's going to pick up about 6 yards and get the ball over into Bethany territory.
So this guard tackle pull that Harrah is doing right now seems to be really working for him, which can be, if you're feeling the right spots, can be really hard to defend against with those 2 big guys pulling off the end with a lot of speed, and of course that running back downhill. So this is going to be a big game for the defensive line for the Broncos.
We're literally just talking about technique versus size, and in that case, technique definitely wins. Second and short here, about 3 yards to go with 9:15 left on the clock. McLaughlin going to hand off to Johnson straight up the middle, has a hole, and then makes people miss as he gets across the 40-yard line. He's only 170 pounds, but he seems unstoppable right now.
Hey, sometimes the less you weigh, the faster you can be. And with somebody like his size and a lower, stability, they can get their head down and just keep going.
That is a thing. Speaking of someone who's 5'8" myself, we have a lower center of gravity, I think, that enables us to be quite shifty if we want to be. Hey, Quentin Griffin, that's a guy.
Right.
5'6". You'd lose him behind the offensive line, and boop. 3 receivers out to McLaughlin's left. They're still going to hand it off to Johnson. Up the middle for about 4 or 5, and they are just slowly demoralizing this Bethany defense. It's getting rough out there.
Yeah, Breck Brady did a really good job shedding a block right there, and unfortunately he did not get the tackle, but a good job for our linebackers to pick that up.
It's a name that we've already called a couple of times tonight that we're not used to necessarily calling before, so nice to see this guy really make his presence felt out on the field. 8:05 left and counting. Broncos in the lead, 7-0. Harrah facing a 2nd and 6. What a surprise. It's another handoff up to Johnson, and he goes up the middle to almost the 30-yard line. It is going to bring up a 3rd down, though.
So, yeah, this is one of the situations where either they're going to RPO it out to the side or just hand it off with another guard tackle pull. And that's when you got to look at Broncos and really load the box. Send the house, bring down the safety, and see what you can do.
That is something that I was noticing, is that they are using a lot of that lateral movement, a lot of speed, side to side, to really stretch the field out and make it difficult for this defense to get any stops. Quick handoff up the middle to Johnson. Looks like he got the 1st down. Bethany crashed. They brought the house like they needed to, but still, Johnson gets enough that sort of undersized offensive line for Harrah gets the push needed and gets the first down.
Yeah, so far we've seen a lot of fight out of these Panthers offensive line. So just another fight that this Broncos defensive line is going to have to need.
Defensive line definitely looking a little bit overmatched, which is not really something that we've seen from these guys so far in the last few games. 6:50 on the clock and counting. He's going to hand it off again, McLaughlin, but this time it's not Johnson. It's number 17, Rance Ridley. He's the other ball carrier they like to use a lot. Bigger fella, sort of a fullback set sort of type. He gets basically back to the line of scrimmage, though, and then goes down. So 6:30 and counting on the clock. Not Blanchard, that was 2 weeks ago. Harrah looking at a 2nd and 10.
They might put it in the air this time.
Ridley is the man in the backfield again. Johnson will stay on the sideline. Man in motion from the left. McLaughlin takes a snap and rolls to his right. He's looking. He has a man downfield. He's going to take the shot. Incomplete over the receiver's head. That's number 5, Zach Crabb, who was wide open in the end zone, beat a two-man press and was able to get open, but they just couldn't connect.
No, yeah, the quarterback just kind of found him late. He was kind of the last man to look at since he was a deeper route. Just something that we came up fortunate that it was an incomplete pass.
Yeah, I was going to say sort of a lucky break out there. But we will take it. Stops the clock at 6:03 in the first quarter and brings up a big-time early 3rd and 10. Ridley still the man in the backfield. Interesting to see Johnson still on the sideline. McLaughlin drops back looking right, has his receiver, but really overthrows him, and that's going to bring up 4th down. So big stop by the Bethany Broncos.
Yeah, great stop. Just two fortunate incompletion passes right there. Just something that the Broncos are wanting out of their defense so far and creating that stop.
So that'll put the clock now at 5:58. Harrah does not seem to be sending their kick team. Yeah, it's the offense. So here we go, 4th and 10. Early opportunity for Bethany to get this offense off the field without letting them score any points. It's a similar play setup. Rolls out right under pressure and just throws it away on a 4th and 10. Broncos get the stop.
Yeah, I think that was our number 12. Let's see, Jackson Dole. I think that was who applied the pressure right there to make the Harrah quarterback just throw it out of bounds. Turnover.
We've seen him pop up a couple of times. I can recall in the Blanchard game, he definitely made a couple of big plays. Makes a big play right there, getting right through that offensive line and putting pressure on the quarterback, getting the Bethany Broncos the ball now here with pretty good field position and a 7-0 lead. 5:52 on the clock. Jackson Payne is in the pistol set with Gilliland behind him. And I think that's Devontae Melton out to his right, although it could be Wyatt Geisler. I know he's in sleeves tonight. And that's going to be Gilliland who gets the pitch. Pardon me. That is not Gilliland. That's Geisler. He took his sleeves off. Son of a gun.
That was actually a really cool play right there.
It was very trickery.
That.
Yeah.
It was just a straight handoff to Gilliland, and the running back behind, you just straight pitch, which is a pretty interesting play call, but it worked out.
I like that it's sort of using that same thing that's really gouged the Bethany defense, against the opposite defenses. Stretch that field by making your speedy guys go from side to side, get somebody to chase them, and it just opens up gaps down the field. No running backs back there with Payne on this set. He's going to take a shot over the middle. Pass is caught. First down and more, making people miss down to the 42-yard line. Didn't catch the number on that fella, but it was a big catch.
That was Seth Greiner.
Seth Greiner, absolutely. Yep. He is the junior, 5'11", 160, Seth Greiner.
So for the first time in a couple weeks, or not necessarily a couple weeks, just a couple series we've seen in the previous games, Payne, when he has time in the pocket to throw, he'll find his wide receiver. So kudos to the offensive line right there.
Definitely giving him plenty of time. He's had some nice pockets tonight when he's had to throw. It's going to be another empty set here for Jackson Payne, 4 receivers, and he's going to pitch it out real quick to Geisler. He's shifty and can make people miss all the way across the 40 and across the 35. Nice gain by Geisler, going to put him up with 2nd and short.
Yeah, a lot of confidence is offense right now. Last week we saw a little bit of hesitation or repetitive play, but right now we're seeing a lot of confidence out of this play calling.
Definitely, yeah, confidence, and that's allowing them to get into a rhythm, which just breeds more confidence. They're going to switch things up now. Instead of Payne being back there with an empty set, we've got Judson Gilliland in that Wildcat set that they like to run. He's got Malaska behind him, and he'll give a little pitch to Malaska, making people miss on the right side. He's shifty, gets the first down, and a little bit more inside the 20. Great run by Malaska.
Yeah, is that the first time we've seen him in the backfield? I don't think I've seen him in the backfield
We've
yet.
seen him a little bit, but he hasn't gotten super involved. I think we've definitely seen him more as a wideout and on defense. But, yeah, in the backfield, that might be the first time. I think you're right.
We'll keep stretching the field with Malaska. What a quick, shifty guy.
Cool fun fact about Evanson Malaska, his older brother is on the OU roster, I believe, as a safety.
Oh, that's
48.
cool.
Gilliland again in the empty set, or Gilliland again in the Wildcat set, but it's empty this time. Motions a man from right to left. That's Geisler. Gilliland's going to take a shot, and he had his man. I think that was Jackson Payne, is it? Or is that Brock Cross over there? Regardless, the pass is incomplete. Going to bring up second down.
Yeah, cool little play right there, letting Gilliland just show off his arm. Just a little high, though.
22. That is Garrett Johnson, the tight end, I believe, unless that's 23. I love the purple on black, but it is hard to see from far away. We're going to harp on that point until you guys are annoyed about it. All right, here we go. 2nd and 10 for the Broncos. Gilliland still in the Wildcat set. He's going to take the off-tackle run to the left side, hit big, but spins out of it and ends up getting at least about a yard. Does appear we might have a player down injured, though. All right, and we're going to go ahead and take a quick break here. Bethany Broncos football on Oklahoma Sports Network.
We come from different backgrounds with diverse interests and unique learning styles. Finding classes that fit your individual needs isn't a challenge at Cameron University. A small campus and dedicated faculty ensures there's always someone close by to guide you on your journey. Your success is our success. Your education is our mission. At Cameron University, you're not a number, you're part of the family.
Back in Bethany, Oklahoma at Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium to see your Bethany Broncos take on the Harrah Panthers in this big 4A District 2 matchup. Had an injured player down on the field, but he came off the field of his own volition. Everything is looking like it's all right, and we're getting ready to resume play here. Bethany with the ball and with the lead. 4 minutes on the clock and counting. Up 7-0 here against the Panthers. And not just in possession of the ball, but in possession in the red zone, in scoring distance here. But looking at a 3rd and 8. Jackson Payne in the backfield with Gilliland to his left, rolling to his left now, under pressure, has time, pitches it out just before he gets to the line of scrimmage, hits Griner, and I think it's a first down. What a play!
Yeah, great for Payne to keep his eyes down the field. It was really close to the line of scrimmage, but he got it off just in time to, I think, pick up the first down, like you said.
Well, I don't see any challenge flags, Brendan.
Yeah, it is the first. They are moving the chains.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
I don't think they have challenge flags, Brendan.
No, unfortunately, they do not.
So why did you say they have challenge? No. It's 3:25 remaining in the first. 7-0 Broncos lead. Gilliland still the man on his own once again in this Wildcat that they like to run with Melton out to his left, and Melton will be the leading blocker as Gilliland pushing down everybody in his way on the way to a second rushing touchdown.
Yeah, what a great run right there. He's making people miss, just keeping his eyes downfield, just like Bell did with the Steelers, just being patient and then finding those holes. Makes a great stiff arm and gets a touchdown for the Broncos.
Prime Le'Veon Bell was a sight to behold. And a great player to have on your fantasy team, man. And then he got traded to my Jets, and that was that. 13-0 now the lead with 3:08 remaining in the first as Jarrett gets set to kick his Griffin Tarrant gets set to take on his second extra point. Snap is a little high, but the hold is beautiful, and so is the kick. So Bethany Broncos go ahead now 14-0 with just a little bit of time left in the first quarter, 3:08. Big lead for the Broncos. We'll be right back with more Bethany Broncos football here on Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast, or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Back in Bethany, Oklahoma, here at Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium, Bethany Broncos have a nice 14-0 lead here over the Harrah Panthers with 3:08 remaining in the first quarter. Getting set to the kick, getting set once again for a Ruslan Calderon kickoff and a fun little hesitation move like we always do. We didn't fool as many Harrah Panthers on that one as we usually do. We'll keep doing it. I'm just waiting for one of these days we'll do it and somebody will fall down. Fingers crossed. Here's the kick from Calderon. He's got a good leg, but he'll just kind of squib it. But it still ends up in the end zone for a touchback. That guy can do so many things, and they all are good. Love it.
Yeah, that was a little sniper shot of a kick, which just takes a great bounce, which is really cool that he can do that.
You know, with how the kickoff rules are changing in the NFL, you need that guy that can do that little sniper shot, line drive, kickoff like that, because going out the back of the end zone is really more of a penalty these days. And it sounds like that's the way that Roger Goodell wants to keep doing things, but that's the NFL. We're in high school here, Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium. Bethany Broncos are performing really well tonight on offense and defense. McLaughlin, the Harrah Panthers quarterback, getting set, and he hands off to Titus Johnson, who has been a problem tonight, but he is grouped up real quick and brought down to the ground at about the 24-yard line. Nice play by the Broncos defense to swarm and yank him down.
Yeah, you're going to see a little bit of a hurry offense here, and they're just going to continue to hand it off to this guy because the passing game, their last series, was a little rough.
Something they can take advantage of. Sometimes Bethany's a little late with those substitutions on defense. Maybe Harrah could catch him napping. McLaughlin getting the signal from the sideline. Got some fun noise-making horns I didn't hear last week down in the stands. I like it. School spirit, y'all. And they're going to drive it just right up the right side with Titus Johnson, but driving right back at him is Malaska, making big plays on both sides of the ball. They're going to get a first down, but it's a great hit there from Malaska.
Yeah, Malaska just came down from the top of the field and made a great tackle, and something that Bethany's going to need to do is wrap up. I've seen a couple missed tackles on Harrah's running back, so just got to make sure you're wrapping up.
Hopefully we're pronouncing that young man's last name correctly. 1 minute, 50 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Pistol set here for McLaughlin as he hands off to Ridley, the other big running back, and he's making people miss. They bring a gang of Broncos, and that's what it takes to finally get him to go down at about the 39-yard line. Dare I say it, maybe a little bit of rhythm here from the Harrah Panthers offense, but it's something that they showed on the last drive before they just got shut down entirely.
Yep, they're just going to keep handing it off, keep chewing that clock in this first quarter.
Ridley again in the backfield. They once again motion the H-back to cover the right side gap, but it doesn't matter. The running back is met in the backfield immediately for a big loss on the play and brings up a big third down now for the Panthers.
Yeah, after that was Breck Brady. After missing on the last series, the same tackle, he makes up for it right there.
Breck Brady, we keep calling that name. He's having a heck of a first quarter down there, the freshman. So here we go. It's another big third down for the Harrah Panthers here in the first quarter. McLaughlin and Ridley in the backfield. Pumps over the middle, looking for his receiver, and again, it's an overthrow, and it's going to bring up another big fourth down.
Yeah, just a little bit of a miscommunication between the quarterback and the wide receivers for Harrah. Seemed like the wide receivers were just kind of running around out there. Didn't really didn't really know what to run, but fortunately for the Broncos, brings up a 3 and out.
Yeah, not the tightest route running that I've ever seen from the Harrah Panthers offense. When they run the ball, they look really impressive. The offensive line's technique is, I mean, it was enough to overpower the bigger defensive line of Bethany. But, man, yeah, the receiver room might need some work. That's all we'll say. Doesn't look like a punting set here. Although a lot of things don't look like punting sets in high school. It is a punt. Little pooch kick. Right over the middle, going to cross over the 50, take a bounce at the 45. And no return necessary as it is downed by Harrah, number 26, Hayden Keenan. So 14-0 the lead for the Bethany Broncos. 31 seconds remaining in the first quarter with a big yellow moon hanging in the sky over Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium. And I was going to take a brief break, but we're about to get underway with this drive here. So we've got Jackson Payne in the pistol, Judson Gilliland right behind him, two receivers out to his right. Payne getting the call from the sideline and relaying signals to his lineman. He's going to take the direct snap, a little speed option to the right, pitches out to Gilliland, and they both took big hits there, Jackson Payne and Judson Gilliland, but they both will get up and shake them off like champs.
Yeah, kind of a scary situation right there. Payne got hit really, really hard after that pitch to Gilliland, and like you said, Gilliland got smoked pretty hard too, but both tough kids getting up.
Yeah, Payne especially, he's kind of a gladiator out there. We've really seen him fight through some things. Does look like Bethany is going to take a quick timeout, so we'll take a little timeout ourselves here. Bethany football on Oklahoma Sports Network.
We come from different backgrounds with diverse interests and unique learning styles. Finding classes that fit your individual needs isn't a challenge at Cameron University. A small campus and dedicated faculty ensures there's always someone close by to guide you on your journey. Your success is our success. Your education is our mission. At Cameron University, you're not a number, you're part of the family.
Back in Bethany, Oklahoma at Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium to watch the Bethany Broncos take on the Harrah Panthers here on Oklahoma Sports Network. Philip Rodriguez, Brennan Rodriguez, Keegan Rodriguez, Jordan Rodriguez, all the Rodriguezes. We're all here. We're all watching Bethany take a 14-0 lead here as we get set to begin the second quarter. Thought they took a timeout. It was the end of the first quarter. What are we doing here? It's a football game.
Yep, they only had 30 seconds.
So we flip the field. Bethany will now be heading left to right here on your screen as Jackson Payne takes the snap and just runs immediately up a beautiful open wide lane on the right side, crosses the field to the Harrah side, crosses the 50 to the Harrah side of the field. Big first down, and we're knocking on that door already.
Yeah, this is something the Broncos like to do, is let Payne just take a quarterback draw, and that's the first one we've seen tonight, which ends up in a really great gain, and I'm sure they're going to come back to it.
Looking just fine after he took that big hit on that speed option.
Yeah, a little chirpy down there, too.
Oh, we love to see it. Competitive energy. Shotgun set for Payne with his familiar backfield buddy Judson Gilliland on his right. Going to fake the handoff to Gilliland, sidestep a little pressure, getting a little chippy in that backfield. Payne all day to throw, but still can't hit his receiver. We do have a flag down in the backfield. Might be a hold.
Signaled hold.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like.
Which is a little iffy.
Yep, holding on the offense is going to be the call that's going to back them up 10 yards. So instead of being on the Harrah side of the field, they're going to back up to their own side of the field. Let's see, got to math it real quick. Going to take them to their own 42-yard line instead of the Harrah 47.
Quick maths.
You know, you count the hashes, Brendan. That's all you do. You just count the hashes. So looking at a first and 20 now after the holding penalty from actually the 43. Just shake it off, boys. Shake it off. Holding happens, especially when you get the quarterback moving around like Jackson Payne was on that play. It's a very frequent call to see holding end up happening. Empty set here for Jackson Payne. Ooh. Tight end and a tackle pull left, and that just leaves him completely exposed. I wonder if there was a miscommunication down there. Big loss. Going to put him all the way back almost to the 35. Set him up with about a 2nd and 27.
Yeah, I'm really curious on what was that play call, because the line shifted left, wide receivers, everybody shifted left, and Payne just looked straight to the right like it was kind of a fake shift left, and he takes another quarterback draw to the right.
He was just left completely exposed. No hope out there. About 3 Panthers staring him down. 2nd and about 4 miles here for Jackson Payne. Big time rush again in his face. They try the screen play out to the right, and the ball gets tipped and batted and knocked down. Incomplete. 3rd and 47 years. Coming up here now.
Yeah, I like that play call right there, a little screen play, because you can always get positive yards off a screen play if they're done correctly. But as a quarterback, you just got to make sure you get that up and over those defenders' hands because they know what's coming.
10:38 remaining here in the first half in the second quarter of play. Looking at officially a 3rd and 25 for the Bethany Broncos here. Payne Gilliland in the backfield. Payne's going to take a shot. It's what you have to do. And he has a receiver. Malaska's there. Malaska, he's got the first down. Big time hit. Maybe a horse collar, but it doesn't look like a call. But, hey, it's a new set of downs. What a play.
Hey, that's Payne right there, being able to just show off his arm talent. We've had a couple, series where he hasn't been able to show it off a little bit just because of pressure. But right there, he sits in the pocket and makes a strike down the field to bring up first down, a clutch 3rd and long.
I feel like we've just seen a huge shift in, or not a shift, but just a different mentality from Payne tonight. He's just been so cool and composed in the pocket. We've seen him just at the height of his prowess here. So 1st and 10 inside the 40 now. Another speed option. Payne putting them on their floor.
Goodbye.
And then he takes off down the right side of the field for a huge touchdown.
Yeah, great play right there. Just faking him out. That speed option, he fakes it out, makes the defender move, and shows off his speed like he can just with his arm. And touchdown Broncos.
Man, these Broncos can gallop, can't they?
They can gallop.
Goodness gracious.
Hey, and as they say here, you can roll your chose.
Roll chose. We say that at a couple of schools that we like around here. 9:47 remaining in the first half, and the Broncos are ahead now, 20-0. As our guy, I always want to say Jarrett. Goodness gracious. Griffin Tarrant. Getting set. It was he was under a lot of pressure, but he still made the kick. So 21-0 will be the score. Huge lead for the Broncos. 9:47 remaining in the game. Bethany Broncos football here on Oklahoma Sports Network.
We come from different backgrounds, with diverse interests and unique learning styles. Finding classes that fit your individual needs isn't a challenge at Cameron University. A small campus and dedicated faculty ensures there's always someone close by to guide you on your journey. Your success is our success.
Back in Bethany, Oklahoma, here at Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium for the Bethany Broncos versus the Harrah Panthers in a pivotal 4A District 2 matchup. Bethany has rolled out to a 21-0 lead behind 2 big rushing touchdowns from Judson Gilliland and another big rushing touchdown from quarterback Jackson Payne. Now we get set to kick off here from Calderon, and this is the first time it hasn't gone out the back of the end zone. Received and immediately pulled down. It's another big play. Malaska wrapping him up, classic style.
Malaska is having a night tonight. Running back, wide receiver, and defensive.
I was going to say Malaska and Breck Brady, two names that we have not said a ton in previous games that have really showed up tonight.
Yeah, and I think tonight's one of those games where you kind of give Gillen a break and get him kind of healthy for these upcoming weeks and letting Payne show off that arm.
We are going to need a lot of Judson Gilliland if we're going to continue this run towards the playoffs. Ball is on the 24 to start the drive here as McLaughlin back and under pressure. Throws out to his right, and it's another overthrown ball. Just as Payne has looked very cool and composed in the pocket, McLaughlin for the Panthers has just looked terrified back there. He's consistently under pressure.
Yeah, our defensive line is doing really good right there. And on that play, it was the near side slot, did a little crossing route, and both of our linebackers, Devontae and number 19, Wyatt, just gave him a really big shove to knock him off course.
That's Wyatt Kiefer and Devontae Melton. Big-time guys in the middle of that defense. Man in motion from right to left here. They fake the pass to the left, but it's once again the big man out to the right. Well, the big man, he's not so big, but he's big to this offense. Number 25, Titus Johnson.
Yeah, that was another name, number 12, Jackson Duell, almost getting the tackle for a loss. Another thing got to wrap up, but that's the name we've heard tonight.
Duell's been so close here tonight 2 or 3 times. You got to think he's going to make that big play. He's just on the inches away there. Several plays, he's just been inches away from doing that. About 9 minutes and counting on the clock here. Another big third down for Harrah. 3rd and 7 from the 28. McLaughlin going to hand off once again to Titus. No, it's left side. Goodness gracious, he totally fooled me. Play fake to the right, and then he takes it to the left, and I think that is going to be a new set of downs.
Yeah, he was just trying to find something on the right side, and there wasn't really anything there. And great job by the Harrah quarterback, just scrambling out and doing what he can.
I'll say this, I don't think I was the only one fooled by the play fake. He had a lot of open space on the left to work with there. New set of downs for the Panthers now at their own 35-yard line. Passing the ball has been a problem, but so far on this drive they haven't needed to. Another man in motion, and they're going to pitch it to him there. That's number 0. Almost looked like the ball was loose. That's number 0, Cash Flint.
Another quick and little shifty guy.
Yep, they've got a few of those, don't they?
Yeah.
Doesn't get much on that play, though. Just a couple of yards. Moves it up to about the 37-yard line. Going to make it 2nd and 8 for the Panthers. Jackson Payne, the only deep safety. Got Lane Johnson showing blitz on the right side, but then pulls into man coverage. McLaughlin going deep. Right side has a receiver, but it's overthrown. Little bit of pushing and shoving, but no calling. We'll take it. Big third down now.
Yeah, great cover by, I believe that was Malaska. Just another name we've been calling all night, showing his athletic ability and covering up a speedy wide receiver for Harrah.
Yeah, using that arm to kind of, I don't want to, create space, but not enough to get a flag from the officials. Pass interference call there would be extremely costly. 3rd and 8 now, 8:05 remaining in this first half of play. McLaughlin going to hand it off to Ridley, and he does a decent job to get it up the middle, but only for about 2 or 3 yards. I'm looking, is this 4-down territory for the Harrah Panthers?
This is 4-down territory, and they're going to go for it, which is no surprise. They've got to.
I assumed with that play call, running up the middle on 3rd and pretty long.
Probably going to see it again as well.
Going to give them a 4th and manageable now. 4th and 5 for the Panthers. 2 deep safeties just to make sure they don't go over the top and hit him with something really brutal here for Bethany. But still showing plenty of pressure in the box. Devontae Melton ready to blitz that right side gap.
Those 2 hard counts right there.
So that's what they may have been doing,
Yep.
just trying to get us to bite, and then they may send the punt team out after that. Quick timeout here for the Broncos. We'll take a quick timeout ourselves here with 7:17 remaining in the first half. Bethany Broncos 21, Harrah Panthers 0. It's Bethany Broncos football on Oklahoma Sports Network. Back in Bethany, Oklahoma, here at Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium. Bethany Broncos taking on the Harrah Panthers here on Oklahoma Sports Network. Harrah Panthers looking at a 4th and 5 from their own 40, and we do see the punt team. Little pooch punt over the middle. Not a pooch punt, pretty good punt. Going to received at the 21 by the Broncos. Good return lane up the left side and takes it to about the 41 or 42-yard line.
Yeah, it was Cross right there returning the ball. It was kind of a little squid kick right there. It was high, but just took a couple bounces, and great catch and run by Cross.
Solid return game for the Broncos when they've had the opportunity. Been mostly punts. Other than when Harrah had the opening kickoff, the Panthers have not had the opportunity to send their kick game out there, or kickoff team out there. For obvious reason, they haven't scored. 7:04 remaining here in the first half. Broncos with a big lead already. Can almost put this one away with a score here. 28-0 is real hard to overcome. 3 running backs in the backfield as Gilliland hands it off to, I think that's Malaska, who has a lot of room to run down the right side of the field, and he's gone! Touchdown Broncos, just like that.
Yep, just like that. Malaska is showing off his athletic ability. We've been calling his name all night long. And as running back, I think he's doing phenomenal, showing his speed, even on defense as well. Great run right there.
Another Swiss Army knife guy that can play just all over the field at every different position. He and Gilliland are both juniors. It's amazing that you'll have these guys back for another year.
Yeah, that's something teams are going to have to look for in the next year.
Something these 4A District 2 teams are going to have to look for, that's for sure. 6:50 remaining in the second quarter as we get set for another extra point. And once again, Terrence extra point is good. 28-0. The Bethany Broncos raining it down here at Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium. We'll take a quick break and be back with more football here. Bethany Broncos football, Oklahoma Sports Network.
We come from different backgrounds, with diverse interests and unique learning styles. Finding classes that fit your individual needs isn't a challenge at Cameron University. A small campus and dedicated faculty ensures there's always someone close by to guide you on your journey. Your success is our success. Your education is our mission. At Cameron University, you're not a number, you're part of the family.
Back here in Bethany, Oklahoma, Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium to watch the Bethany Broncos take on the Harrah Panthers here on Oklahoma Sports Network. It's a 28-0 lead for the Broncos as we've seen rushing touchdown, big rushing touchdown after big rushing touchdown after big rushing touchdown. Evanson Malaska, the most recent one to score on a drive opening touchdown. What was it, 65 yards, 60 yards, something like that? We don't have an official stat, but it was a lot of yards, and it was a big score, and we love to see it. So 28-0 is the score. 6:50 is the time on the clock remaining here in the second quarter as we get set for Calderon to kick it off once again. With the exception of one kick and now two, they've all ended up in the end zone. Received back at the 21. Lateral movement, losing yards, making people miss. And that is number 5 for Harrah, Zach Crabb, who's going to take it up to about the 25, 30-yard line. 32-yard line. Hey.
Yeah, I'm curious if kind of late in this second quarter, if Harrah's going to stay on the ground or if they're going to, try and air it out and get something, trying to pop a big play and score before the half.
It certainly feels like if you're going to make any adjustments, now would be the time.
Yep.
So here we go, 1st and 10. In terms of formation, not really seeing anything different from Harrah. It's another pistol set with McLaughlin, with Ridley as the running back. Pardon me, that's the big man again, Titus Johnson, who will take the carry to the right side and pick up about 4 or 5 yards on that first one. So similar to what we've seen Harrah run already, Brennan.
Yeah, just keeping it out on the outside. Not really trying anything in the air so far, but things can change.
I suppose the old adage is if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
At the same time, though, the scoreboard certainly is a little bit broke for the Harrah Panthers. They have a big old egg in the score column trying to get on the board here. 2nd and 5. Little trickeration. They like that lateral movement, but it's blown up immediately as he's hit in the backfield back at the 35. It's going to be the loss of a yard. Big play for the Broncos.
Yeah, that was number 69, Malachi Hutton for Bethany. Big boy on the D-line, just making a great tackle.
I think he's the fella that, from what I hear, he might be Hutton.
Hutton?
Yeah.
Okay. Excuse me if
maybe
I
goes by both.
pronounced that wrong. But
could also be that the roster that said he was Hutton was incorrect.
Okay.
We'll consult our corrections department and get back with you. We've got another injured player down on the field, so we'll take a quick break here. 5:42 remaining in the half. 28-0 Bethany lead. Bethany football, Oklahoma Sports Network.
We come from different backgrounds with diverse interests and unique learning styles. Finding classes that fit your individual needs isn't a challenge at Cameron University. A small campus and dedicated faculty ensures there's always someone close by to guide you on your journey. Your success is our success. Your education is our mission. At Cameron University, you're not a number, you're part of the family.
Back in Bethany, Oklahoma, here at Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium. Bethany Broncos versus Harrah Panthers here on Oklahoma Sports Network. Phil Rodriguez, Brennan Rodriguez with you here with 5:30 and counting left in the first half. Harrah Panthers trying to claw their way back here, facing a 3rd and 5, and they're going to hand it off up the middle to Titus Johnson, who just pushes the entire pile past the markers for a first down.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's 5 yards of push right there after being hit with contact.
Was very surprising they didn't blow it dead.
Well,
that's all I'll say.
Forward progression.
Forward progress. Unstoppable new force, immovable object. Newtonian physics on display. Clock counting down here, 4 minutes, 50 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Harrah with the ball. sticking to that run game despite the big 0 on the scoreboard for him. Going to hand off to Johnson, left side. He can make people miss and bounce off you. Picks up about 5 yards on what looked like was only going to be a 2-yard gain. He's a really impressive runner.
Yeah, he is. So far, he's done really well for this Harrah offense. Late in this second quarter, they're just going to keep giving him the ball.
I suppose it's what works. And, hey, even if you're taking time off the clock that you could be using to score, you're also taking time off the clock that Bethany could be using to move down the field and score. McLaughlin with Ridley now in the backfield, and Ridley's going to get the ball, and he's immediately met by about half of the Bethany defense at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Yeah, it seemed like a little bit of a hesitation from Harrah's running back. He kind of stutter-stepped and got met hard in the backfield by our Broncos defensive line.
When you've got about 4 defenders staring you down, it's it's easy to hesitate for sure.
He definitely had a hole, and it closed quickly.
He said, if I go right, there's a guy. If I go left, there's a guy. If I go middle, there's a guy. Here we go.
Just fall.
Does make a 3rd and short, though. 3rd and about 3 for the Panthers. 3:30 and counting on the clock. Rolling out right is McLaughlin, under pressure. Throws to his man this time. It's underthrown. McLaughlin just can't hit his receivers tonight, and it's going to bring up another 4th down.
Yeah, in situations like that brings up a lot of frustration, not only with the offensive coordinator, but the quarterback himself. It seems like a little bit of doubt in his ability to throw within himself. So, you got to expect a run game right here.
Maybe someone on that Harrah sideline needs to pull him aside and just give him a little motivational speech, a little come to Jesus, as they say. 3 minutes, 22 remaining here in the second quarter. 28-0 lead for the Broncos, and it's an interception! McLaughlin looking left, underthrows his receiver, and Wyatt Geisler is there with his fantastic hands. Bethany ball. Harrah will stay with a 0 on the scoreboard.
Yeah, just some more frustration at the quarterback position. An underthrown ball, going back, trying to get some confidence built on a 4th down, and overthrown into the hands of our Broncos.
So that'll give Bethany the ball at their own 45. Plenty of time to get down the field with 3:13 left in this first half. At the same time, though, none of these Broncos scoring drives have really taken up very much time. Judson Gilliland will be in the Wildcat formation, motioning Jackson Payne out to his right. He's also going to run right, has great blocking. There's only one man left between him and the end zone, and he pushes him out of bounds inside the 25 to about the 24. Bethany wastes no time getting out to a big run, but I do see a flag on the play.
Yeah, it looks like the sideline referee saw something late and threw the flag down. I'm not sure what it was, though.
For the call. Slightly confused, and so too, it seems, are the Bethany players. Does look like it's going to be against Bethany. Was that a holding call? I missed the signal, I'll be honest.
You've got to believe it.
So
that's mostly what the calls are.
Will erase a huge run off the board. That'll gut you, but hey, we've looked a 3rd and 25 in the face and still made a 1st down off of it, so no obstacle has been insurmountable for this Bethany offense so far tonight.
Looks like Payne's in a little bit of confusion still on what this call is.
It's easy to get frustrated without a doubt, especially when it wipes a big play like that off the board, but got to stay composed. Keep your cool. He's really looked like Joe Cool tonight, Jackson Payne. Joe Montana-esque in the pocket with his quick delivery and his cool, confident composure. He's got an empty set this time. 5 wide receivers on the 1st and long. Outright and hit hard there is our guy number 5, Griner, who's made some big catches tonight. Hangs onto the ball, though.
Yeah, gets hit hard in the back, makes a little toe touch grab, and hangs onto it as he gets smoked out of bounds.
Be 2nd and 5 from pretty much right on the 50. Nose of the ball, just trying to touch the Harrah side of the field here. Jackson Payne will be back there once again with an empty set. Griner to his right, and he's going to give it to Geisler on a little pitch over the middle. Geisler trying to make people miss, but gets brought down behind the line of scrimmage. That's about a 3-yard loss.
Yeah, really quick guy right there, and not a bad play call, but kind of looked like a horse collar right at the end. Kind of iffy.
Couple of those tonight. It's hard to bring those Bethany runners down, especially when they get a full head of steam. But it doesn't mean we need to see any anything that could possibly hurt somebody. Be a 3rd and a little bit long here, about 3rd and 7. Jackson Payne with Judson Gilliland back there with him this time. 2 wide receivers on each side. Griner is the one closest to the bottom of your screen. Big time pressure. They're going to run the screen play, but I don't know if anybody knew it was happening. Miscommunication there, I think, between Jackson Payne and Griner. Ball falls to the turf. It'll bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, just they went back to it. 2 failed attempts at that screen. Just something that you've got to find. Screens can be hard in high school, but like you said, just a little bit of miscommunication between the wide receiver and Payne.
Definitely brings up a punting situation with a 28-0 lead here for the Broncos. Only a minute 30 left in this first half, but maybe enough time for Blanchard, or pardon me, that's like the 3rd time I've done that tonight. Maybe enough time for Harrah to try to get down the field and put something on the scoreboard. Just a little pooch punt down the middle of the field. Takes a Harrah bounce back to the 32. So the Panthers will take over here at about the 32-yard line. Passing has been almost non-existent. Brendan, have they completed a pass tonight? I don't think they have. Maybe 1, 2?
Maybe something out in the flats, but so far it hasn't been anything big or dominating for their offense. So
something that we discussed in pregame, that their pass game on paper had not been super strong this season so far, and that had really been what's been gouging this Bethany defense in the past few games against these massive opponents that they've had. So far tonight hasn't been a concern. Run defense is something these Broncos are good at. 1st and 10, and the play is blown dead. Waiting to see. Looks like it's going to be a timeout. Harrah Panthers going to take a timeout here with a minute 21 left on the clock here in the second quarter. Bethany in the lead, 28-0. Bethany Broncos football here on Oklahoma Sports Network.
We come from different backgrounds with diverse interests and unique learning styles. Finding classes that fit your individual needs isn't a challenge at Cameron University. A small campus and dedicated faculty ensures there's always someone close by to guide you on your journey. Your success is our success. Your education is our mission. At Cameron University, you're not a number, you're part of the family.
Back here in Bethany, Oklahoma at Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium for the Bethany Broncos against the Harrah Panthers. Harrah underway here with a 1st and 10, and they're going to take a deep shot down the right side as McLaughlin looks to try to put him back in this 28-0 game. And it's going to sail over his wide receiver's head. McLaughlin has had a really difficult time hitting his receivers tonight.
Yeah, that's the 2nd time they've tried to go on the one-on-one side, on the near side. Not a bad look. 2 decent balls, but just great defense from Alaska, causing an incomplete pass.
Minute 15 left on the clock here as Harrah gets set with a 2nd and 10 from their own 33. Man in motion from right to left. That's the same man from the deep passing play before, but they hand off to Titus Johnson from left to right. He takes off for 9 yards down the right side, and that's a big play for Harrah Panthers. I don't know why I keep doing that, folks. I'm so sorry. For the Harrah Panthers, 1:04 left on the clock, but it stops as he runs out of bounds.
Yeah, actually, that's the first time I've seen Gillen get knocked to the ground trying to shed a block because he was the flat guy there. So a little bit of a surprise from the push from Harrah's offensive line.
Gilland is pretty strong, but is he stronger than a Harrah offensive line? It's 3rd and very short, 3rd and 1. Handoff Johnson up the right side through the gap, and it looks like he got it. Big first down for Harrah. keep the ball out of Bethany's hands.
Yeah, even though they're running the ball, they're going to need something big. Not much time left on the clock.
At 32 seconds and counting. Harrah showing no interest in hurrying up. They might be content just running the clock out and taking an opportunity to score out of Bethany's hands.
So we were talking the other day, your guy that you saw on the roster that you wanted to play checks in number 77, looks like Sawyer Yates.
Oh,
on the
yeah.
defensive line.
There he is. Sawyer Yates, the nose tackle. Love to see it. 1st and 10 for McLaughlin. They'll run it up the middle. Ridley making people miss. My goodness, all the way across midfield, inside the 40, down to the 35. Big play. And that's going to do it for the first half, though. 28-0 is the lead for the Bethany Broncos. Big time touchdowns from Judson Gilliland, one from Jackson Payne, and one from Evanson Malaska. It gives you a 28-0 lead here at halftime. Bethany Broncos football, Oklahoma Sports Network. Nearly done with halftime here at the Bethany High School football game versus the Harrah Panthers here live in Bethany, Oklahoma, and from Bethany, Oklahoma at Southern Nazarene. Golly goodness, we took halftime and I can't speak. Live at Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium, watching the Bethany Broncos get ready to come back from halftime. The team just now coming back from the locker room to take the field and get back to the sideline. It's been a nice game for the Bethany offense, well, and the defense on both sides of the ball, really. Bethany leading 28-0 over their 4A District 2 rivals, the Harrah Panthers. We've seen 2 big rushing touchdowns from Judson Gilliland, a long rushing touchdown from Jackson Payne, and then one more from Evanson Malaska to put them up 28-0. Harrah has looked discombobulated on offense all night. Quarterback McLaughlin has been really struggling to hit any passes, only a couple completions on the night. They've tried a couple of deep shots down the right side of the field, both of which have fallen incomplete. The main man for the Harrah High School offense has been running back Titus Johnson, who has accumulated basically all of the scrimmage yards that do not belong to number 17, Rance Ridley, another big running back for the Panthers. But it's been all Broncos tonight. Lots of guys making plays on the ball. Like we said, the 3 different players who have scored rushing touchdowns. It'll be the Broncos kicking off here. Calderon getting set. And I think, is that a delay of game call?
I'm not sure. They pushed him back 5 yards.
Yeah, it does seem like the kickoff was pushed back. Not sure if it was because of a penalty. But now Calderon will kick off from the 35 instead of the 40. $28-0, a big lead to overcome for the Panthers, but mathematically speaking, technically speaking, certainly still a game here. Underway here in the second half. Line drive kick from Calderon out the back of the end zone. He's very good at that. He'll do it again.
Yeah, I think he's only left just a couple this year short, not allowing any of the other teams to return it, which is a good thing.
That's something we really could have used against, what was that, Tuttle last week.
Yeah.
Boy, they had some dangerous returners on that team.
And their kicker was just as good, too.
Mm-hmm. Very true, very true. Lots of kicks out the back of the end zone in that game last week. But in this game, score is a lot different than the one last week. Bethany Broncos are on the wrong end of the scoreboard in that one, but they're on the right end here. 28-0. Full 12 minutes on the third quarter. It's a quick handoff to Titus Johnson, left side, and he is swallowed up almost immediately by a herd of Broncos. Judson Gilliland was the man who pushed the pile, but there were about 4 or 5 different black jerseys in that pile.
Yeah, I'm sure that's something that they had a little talk about during halftime, was just containing that running back, because Harrah's going to use that run game, obviously, because the passing has been a little rough in the first half, so great adjustment so far.
Solid pursuit, and that is something that we're seeing a little bit more of already here in that second half. Not to say that our pursuit was bad in the first half, but they really closed down on the ball carrier there. McLaughlin looking at a 2nd and 12, going to throw a screen out to the right side, and again, swallowed up back at the 16-yard line. That'll be about a 3-yard loss. Another big play from the Broncos.
Yeah, when you see an offense swing out the ball like that on a second down or long yardage, that's just them trying to get the quarterback ready, trying to get him a little bit more confident, obviously from the second half. So, nothing doing on that one.
We've got a great view of the visitor parking lot from where we're sitting, and I see a lot of cars leaving already. Just pointing that out. 10:41 and counting, clock running here. 3rd and 13. They handed it off left side with a little fake up the middle. Ball carrier gets pretty much back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. It's Titus Johnson.
Yeah, just a great job by Bethany's defense right here to cause a 3-and-out. Just containing the ball well, finding that little pitch out to the right. So let's see what the Broncos offense can do.
Yeah, just like that. Punt team is out there. I'm noticing, actually, I don't know if he's always out on special teams, but Calderon, the kicker, also plays coverage on the special teams team there, or on the punt return team there at the bottom of your screen, lined up opposite the Harrah Panther.
A little versatile.
Love it. That's what we like to see. You need a lot of utility men on a good high school team. Oh, bad snap, and he drops it. Punt is blocked. Picked up by the Broncos back at the 5. Regardless of who got it, it's going to be Bronco ball. First and goal. Big block there. I think that is that 88? Is that Tully?
That is 85.
85. That's our guy again. Breck Brady, I told you, he kept being just on the edge of a big play, and the guy went down there and got it.
Yeah, there he is, and that puts the Broncos in great position.
I'm getting so excited I'm shaking the camera, aren't I? We had a note about that. I got to be careful. 9:44 left to go. 28-0 lead for the Broncos, looking to stretch it out a little bit more here. They send out the offense. We've still got the starters in there. Judson Gilliland in the Wildcat set. Usually is quarterback Jackson Payne, who's a wide receiver, out to his left at the bottom of your screen. Gilliland direct snap, left side, goes down pretty quickly. Got a couple.
Yeah, just something we've seen before, just trying to get Gilliland up the middle, trying to punch in yet another score by him.
It's not explosive, but it gets it done, and it forces the defense to continue to respect that run game. So we're looking at a 2nd and goal now here from about the 3 or 4 from the 3. Clock at 9:10 and counting down. Gilliland running to the right, has a lane. Looked like he got over the goal line. He did. The 3rd rushing touchdown for Judson Gilliland.
Yep, and just like that, you can see the work they put in practice for special teams. Shows right there and puts their offense in a great position to score and further extend their big lead here in the second half.
Yeah, there were some weak snaps earlier to the punter on the Harris squad, and something that they were ready for to take advantage of the Bethany special teams, and they just pounced on that punt, block it, set you up with an easy place to start a drive, and boom, just like that, Gilliland's in for his 3rd score. A little hat trick for Mr. Judson Gilliland. Puts him up 34-0 with 9:03 left in the 3rd quarter. And the hold is down. Kick is good. Mr. Tarrant knocks it in again. Puts him up 35-0. Bethany Broncos stampeding all over the place here over the Harrah Panthers. Bethany Broncos football, Oklahoma Sports Network.
We come from different backgrounds with diverse interests and unique learning styles. Finding classes that fit your individual needs isn't a challenge at Cameron University. A small campus and dedicated faculty ensures there's always someone close by to guide you on your journey. Your success is our success. Your education is our mission. At Cameron University, you're not a number, you're part of the family.
Back here in Bethany, Oklahoma at Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium, Bethany Broncos have a big lead over their 4A Division II opponents, the Harrah Panthers, on top 35-0 after a 3rd Judson Gilliland touchdown. The junior running back, middle linebacker, a little bit of everything, sometimes a quarterback, just really looking impressive tonight. Calderon getting the kickoff here, and that's another one into the end zone. This guy has a heck of a leg. Once again, I almost called him Blanchard again. Once again, Harrah all the way back at their own 20, staring down a long field. It's been a problem for them tonight, and quite frankly, just moving the ball has been a problem tonight.
Yeah, they tried a little bit of both. Their last possession, running the ball, throwing it, then running it again, and just nothing doing with that Broncos defensive line and their secondary stopping a great Harrah offense.
I think the linebacker unit and the secondary, especially for Bethany, deserve a lot of credit tonight. Really, especially the secondary, because that's a unit that's been exploited a lot lately, and they have looked really tight tonight, just covering everything out there, just blankets. We've got Johnson, right side, gets a couple of yards on that one. He's been the main guy tonight, Titus Johnson, but they've pretty much bottled him up other than a couple of big carries.
Yeah, I'm sure this drive again we'll see just, more and more ground game, trying to get things rolling for this offense.
Clock continues to run. We're down to 8 minutes, 40 seconds here as Johnson gets another handoff up the middle. Might have got one, but it looked like he pretty much got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to do it.
Yeah, hit hard by Gillen right there. He definitely had room to run, but just got smoked right at the line of scrimmage.
I don't know about you, but I'm voting Judson Gilliland for Heisman.
Yeah, if that was in high school, definitely would get a lot of votes.
I might vote Judson Gilliland for president. Who knows? The guy's out there. He's a solid leader. He's got good principle. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so we've got 8 minutes on the clock, continuing to run here. Bethany really just raining it down, 35-0. McLaughlin, the Harrah quarterback, in an empty backfield, under pressure, throwing over the middle.
Ooh. Oh!
Nearly completes the pass, but then it pops up in the air after a vicious hit, and it's intercepted by the Broncos. He won't go down. I think that's Jackson Payne making people miss, and then finally goes down about the 31. Another big turnover, and the Broncos get the ball.
Goodness gracious. He hit him hard. That would have been their first Harrah completion, but no. Payne comes down
close
and smokes him and ends up with the ball, which is
Wow.
crazy. Hit him so hard it just jumped off his chest.
I
right
was
into his
wondering
hands.
if that was Jackson Payne that also hit him as well as caught it.
I think so.
Really impressive stuff. He heard that Judson Gilliland was getting some praise for being a star on both sides of the ball, decided to get involved himself. So Payne goes to the sideline, pulls the gloves off, comes back onto the field as the quarterback now for the Bethany Broncos, taking over 1st and 10 from the Harrah 30.
Ooh.
Hands off to Gilliland, and he gets popped. That play got blown up. 6-yard loss there by Gilliland, or 5-yard loss.
Yeah, after getting that interception, a little bit of frustration for Harrah. So shows there as Gillen gets hit hard in the backfield for a loss.
Shake it off, boys. Shake it off. Nothing we can't deal with here. Still got that big lead. 7:15 on the clock and counting. Gilliland in the backfield with Jackson Payne in the shotgun. Geisler, the receiver, out wide left at the bottom of your screen. Payne, time to throw. Offloads to the freshman tight end. Up to the 30-yard line. That's the guy we've been looking at all night with the blocked punt, Breck Brady.
Yeah, I think that's his second attempt for tonight. The first attempt was just a little bit of an overthrown ball, but he was there for a check down for this play and pick up some positive yards.
Second target, as they say in the fantasy football world.
Target?
Yes, the target. 2 targets. Some leagues that target counts for points.
And like mine, they do not.
Aha. Go work that waiver wire. That's what you do. I'm a waiver fiend. 6:20 remaining. Jackson Payne, empty set, 3rd and 10. Takes a shot over the middle of the field. Has a wide open Lane Johnson for the touchdown. And pardon me, that's Garrett Johnson, senior tight end and linebacker. What a play. When it rains, it pours. It's 41-0.
Sometimes we can get a little excited up here when we see some Broncos touchdowns. But, yeah, great throw by Payne, almost getting hit for a sack, but gets rid of it for a touchdown.
Is Lane Johnson the OU offensive lineman that played for the Eagles?
Yep, he still plays. He's the left tackle.
Yeah, that guy's a dog. But he's not our guy. He's not our guy. Our guy scored 41-0, the Bethany lead as Tarrant gets set for another extra point, and he is 6 for 6. Automatic on the extra point. Griffin Tarrant having a great night. 6:10 remaining on the clock in the third quarter here. 42-0 is the lead for your Bethany Broncos here. We'll be right back on Oklahoma Sports Network. Back live here at Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium in Bethany, Oklahoma for the Bethany Broncos football team taking on the Harrah Panthers. Big 4A Division II matchup between a couple of teams with playoff dreams. One of them has looked like they're on their way. The other is looking like they need to regroup. Bethany on top, 42-0. 6:10 remaining in the third quarter, so still technically plenty of game, but I think we can pretty much call this one done other than the statistics. Good kickoff by Calderon once again. Out the end zone for a touchback once again. Harrah takes over at their own 20, and once again, they'll hope to do something on offense, but my goodness, it's been tough sledding throwing the ball for the Harrah Panthers tonight.
Yeah, just seems like a little bit of low morale over there on the Panthers side. Not much going on, like you said. I mean, that's pretty tough after being down so, low. It's just tough to come back from that. There's really not much you can do except for keep trying, I guess.
And it does feel like with each incompletion, you see almost a little bit more deflate out of that Harrah Panthers offense, but then they reinflate when they get a big running play from their big guy, Titus Johnson, or their big guy, Mr. Ridley, Rance Ridley. A couple of big playmakers on offense, but you got to be able to throw the ball a little bit too. Johnson is going to be the one to get the handoff here on this 1st and 10. Gets up the middle for a couple of yards. 5:55 and counting on the clock here as the third quarter winds down.
Yeah, they're probably just going to keep it on the ground like they have been. Just trying to wind down this, third quarter.
It's the only thing that's been working for him so far. Johnson still in the backfield with his pink gloves there. 2nd and 7. Handoff to Johnson, left side, following his blockers up to about the 25. So about a 2-yard gain once again. Going to bring up about a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, in the beginning of this game, they showed a lot of promise with those pulling guards and tackles and really hitting the Broncos hard. But like you said, those incomplete passes can really, deflate an offense and really bring it down.
We really thought we would see maybe a little bit more of that technique from that offensive line. But other than that first drive, you're right, Brendan, it really hasn't worked out. Fake handoff to Johnson up the middle, and then a quick pass out right, which is completed. And then it almost looked like he was going to fumble it. Goodness gracious, it's number 4 for Harrah, Devin McNeil on the catch, and it's enough to move the chains for a first down.
Yeah, that's just
they can complete a pass, Brendan.
They did right there, and proving everybody wrong.
Everybody, do you have bets on that or something, Brendan?
Some may say.
Some
may say.
Football. That ain't right. All right, 4:20 on the clock and counting here in the third quarter. 1st and 10. Pistol set for McLaughlin. Hands off up the middle to Johnson. Gets maybe a yard, and that's it. Clock continues to run.
Yeah, just trying to go back to the run game, but still the Broncos' defensive line shows more push each play and keep stuffing them at the line.
You got to think if you're on that Harrah sideline, you sort of know that this one's going to end up as an L in the column for you, but you would really like to take that egg off the scoreboard, put a touchdown on there. But Bethany would love to keep this one a shutout. McLaughlin immediately under pressure throws out to his left. I thought he was throwing it out initially. He did have a receiver over there, but it sails over his head, incomplete. Going to bring up 2nd and 9. Or pardon me, 3rd and 9, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. Just a little bit of confusion in the backfield. I think the running back was anticipating a handoff, and the quarterback just kind of took it and threw it to a wide receiver somewhere.
Chain Gang has the wrong down displayed. They've got 2nd and 9 showing on the chain, but the scoreboard correctly says 3rd and 9. Lots of men in the box from Bethany, but they are going to pass it here for Harrah. 1-on-1 down to the receiver, number 1 there, Travis Tabor. Hits him in the hands, incomplete.
Yeah, great defense by Jagger Weaver. That one-on-one, following him down the field. And sometimes you don't look back and see the ball on that one. He looked back and saw the ball coming in deep and just deflected it out of the way.
Still couldn't get it. Or at least Tabor still couldn't get it, even if he looked back. But that's our defensive back making a big play there. McLaughlin again having to go to the sideline to get the play call.
Yeah, he's been doing that all night.
And again, we've got there we go. Chain crew finally caught up. 4th and 9 here for McLaughlin and the rest of the Harrah Panthers. Play blown dead here. Most likely a timeout from Harrah. Yep. So Harrah's going to take a timeout. We will take a quick timeout ourselves. 3:15 remaining in the third quarter. Bethany on top, 42-0. Oklahoma Sports Network.
This is Friday Night Football.
Back in Bethany, Oklahoma here at Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium. Broncos laying it on thick, up 42-0 over the Harrah Panthers. Their 4A District 2 opponents. Harrah lining up for a 4th and 9. Looked like they were going to go for it, but they sent out the punt team instead. Last time they did that, it got blocked, and this time it nearly does again. Looked like it might have made contact with a Bethany player, but it doesn't get called. So ball is kneeled down at the 45. That's where the Broncos will take over with a 6-score lead. My goodness.
Yeah, after being up this far, I wonder if they're going to check in the backup for Bethany. Give him some snaps, but I don't think so.
6 scores is 2 more than Abraham Lincoln had in the Gettysburg Address.
That is a crazy statistic.
It's true. You can look it up. Are we taking a little timeout? Just a little hydration break down there. It is not a hot one, but it's still important to hydrate, folks. Just filling the time here. 3:06 remaining in this third quarter. Bethany has had a much-needed spring back after a couple of really disappointing losses to interconference rivals. Here's a quick pitch out with a couple of new guys here. That's number 12, Jackson Dull, getting the pitch from Judson Gilliland. Just barely getting across the line of scrimmage, about a gain of a yard. Clock will run at 2:50 and counting.
Yeah, I think Gilliland checks in permanent with your quarterback. He's got both of his gloves off. He usually throws with the glove.
That is an interesting observation, yeah. Looks like maybe he has one on the left hand, but on his throwing hand, the right hand, he definitely does not have a glove.
Pretty cool choice. Just going to let him sit back there and call some plays.
With them taking him out last week and how unhappy he was about it, maybe this is the makeup session. Let him get out there, run a little quarterback. 2nd and 9 here, Gilliland in the Wildcat set, and he goes down quick. Looked like he had a lane on the left side, and they filled that up fast. He'll go down for about a yard or 2 loss.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the defensive men for Harrah got through, but, met Gilliland pretty hard. Nowhere for him to go.
Bring up a 3rd and long, something that we haven't faced a lot tonight. We did have one earlier in the first half. 3rd and 25 was on the scoreboard. I think it might have even been closer to 3rd and 27. Evanson Malaska had a little nice catch and run to pick up a first down on that one. See if we can pick up a first down on a 3rd and 12. Gilliland still the quarterback, and he will throw at his receiver over the middle. And the pass is dropped, and he's looking like he might have got hurt there. Is that number 4? Is that Cross, or is that our guy number 4?
That is Jagger Weaver.
Jagger Weaver. Love that name. Moves like Jagger, but does look a little like he might be a little shaken up there.
Yeah, it was a pretty good throw, just a little bit too far out in front. Could only get a fingertip on it.
Weaver will stay in, though. He's the wideout on the left side. Bottom of your screen, or not the wideout. He's on the punt team here. Minute 34 remaining in the third quarter. We'll send out the punt team here for a 4th and 12. Nice punt there from number
punt.
32, Denton Jaggers. First time we've seen him tonight. So we got Jagger Weaver, then Denton Jaggers.
Yep.
So nice punt, pins them all the way back inside their own 10. Harrah has not had good field position, I think, once tonight. And only once have we seen them cross the 50, if I am correct in saying so. And that was very early on, I believe, their first drive. Besides that, man, it's been a tough go for these Harrah Panthers on offense. We've seen some pretty good runs from Mr. Johnson there, Titus Johnson, as well as Rance Ridley. Other than that, though, Harrah's really been needing a spark on offense, and it just hasn't been there. Taking over 1st and 10 here from their own 9. Quick handoff left side to the motion man, and he goes down for a 4-yard loss. Bethany's defense just eating him up.
Yeah, I think that was a new running back. It looked like number 1, Travis Tabor for Harrah.
He's someone they've gotten involved a little bit on that motion, that kind of wide receiver sweep sort of thing, or oh, you're the football guy. What do they call it when you just get the slot guy and hand it off to him real quick?
Jet sweep?
Jet sweep. Pretty much a jet sweep on that one. We got 50 seconds and counting here in the third quarter. Harrah looking at a 2nd and 13 now from their own 5. Handoff up the middle. Again, there's a pile of Broncos to meet Mr. Titus Johnson pretty much at the line of scrimmage. If they get a gain, it's going to be about 0.2 yards.
Yeah, as the Harrah quarterback, coming to the sideline each and every play has got to be frustrating. We're not too giving on our opinions, but I think some hand signals, and definitely for this quarterback, it would I think it would improve their pace of offense for sure.
10 seconds and counting on the third quarter. I think they're just going to let this one run out. So we come to the end of the third quarter. Bethany Broncos leading 42-0. We don't even have to play that fourth quarter to know who's going to win this one, but we're still going to do it anyways, just for fun. No, I'm just kidding. Bethany Broncos up 42-0 here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
We come from different backgrounds with diverse interests and unique learning styles. Finding classes that fit your individual needs isn't a challenge at Cameron University. A small campus and dedicated faculty ensures there's always someone close by to guide you on your journey. Your success is our success. Your education is our mission. At Cameron University, you're not a number, you're part of the family.
This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Back in Bethany, Oklahoma, here at Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium for the Bethany Broncos football team taking on the Harrah Panthers, and it has been a bit of a blowout, but in favor of the Bethany Broncos, so we're not unhappy about that. 42-0 is the score as we get set for the fourth quarter of play, and Harrah getting set here for a 3rd and 13 in the shadow of their own goalposts. Quick pass out to the left to to Titus Johnson, who cannot haul it in. That's incomplete. Going to bring up a 4th and 13. And once again, we will see this Harrah punt team not very successful. Have they been? I don't know why I'm talking like Yoda, but they have not. Been a couple of short punts and one blocked one that set up Bethany with a 1st and goal, where Judson Gilliland promptly busted that one right into the end zone for a score. Standing in his own end zone will be the punter once again, Jackson LeGrand. And he gets this punt off nicely, and it's a pretty good punt.
Yeah.
Down to his own 45, received received by us, and he gets it all across to the 30. I believe that's number 20, Braxton Mullins. First time we've seen him get involved tonight. Usually we see him get involved a little bit more on passing sets, but running the ball has really been a priority for Bethany tonight, and my goodness, it has worked out pretty well.
Yeah, I'm curious if they're going to keep Gillen at quarterback, being up this much in a game that he probably doesn't need to be in.
Now, understandably, the stands are starting to thin out a little bit. With the scoreboard this lopsided, you can understand that. And on top of that, it's the first really maybe properly cold autumn football game of the year. Temperatures dipping down into the 50s. Maybe some of you folks up in the Midwestern states would laugh at that, but down here, that's cold autumn weather for us. We start to break out the hoodies. So Broncos will get set from the 42 of the Harrah Panthers. Still some of those starters in, but a lot of backups. They get the handoff up the middle to a new running back who takes it all the way down to the 27.
That was Wyatt Kiefer.
Oh, yeah, that's we saw him get involved in the Tuttle game towards the end as well.
Yep. Great defensive player for Bethany for sure. He's kind of a wide linebacker, sometimes kind of a strong safety.
See, and I knew that was a name that we'd heard before, and I think that's where on the defensive side of the ball,
yep,
he's been a big standout tonight. So clock is running down to 11:05 and counting here in this one. Ball at the Harrah 27. Snap, run out to the left by number 8, Brody McLaren. He went down pretty quick.
Yeah, he got met pretty hard. He's a pretty quick guy, just on that quarterback draw. But a lot of anger from Harrah and their defense, giving up, 42 points.
That would give you a lot of frustration to take out on the opponent. That is for sure. Understandable there. Got some new guys checking in at the offensive line. We got sophomore Sawyer Yates is down there. Looks like to his left we've got Micah Chapman, also a sophomore. Brody McLaren again in at quarterback, handing off to Kiefer. Right side, has a nice lane. Picks up the first down and a little bit more. Nice run by Kiefer down to about the 16.
Yeah, him showing speed and some tough runs. I think that was his second carry in this drive that have gone for, I think, 8, 10 plus.
Brock Cross down there playing wide out. Goodness, can't see who that is.
That is
way
number
on the
4.
Far side. Oh, that's Mr. Jagger Weaver.
Yep. Accompanying him by number 11, Damian, and I won't say the last name because I do not want to mispronounce that.
Oh, Damian Aguilar.
Yep.
Or Aguilar.
You got that one.
Come on, yeah, you should be better at that. We're Hispanics here, bud.
Not fully.
Kiefer, right side, handoff. It was third and short on that one. Thought he had enough for the first down from the previous play, but he did not. But he does on this one. Clock running at 9:25 and counting as we get closer to the end of this one.
It'll be pretty cool for these secondary guys to punch in a touchdown late in this football game.
Boy, they're getting close. Kiefer's looked really impressive behind the second-string offensive line. You do have a couple of guys that are two gentlemen that here we go. McLaren, left side, speed option, making a couple people miss. Impressive wheels there from McLaren, almost down to the 10-yard line.
Yeah, he's pretty quick right there, just running it out to the left side twice, showing some speed.
Yeah, the two guys over there on the left side of the line are close to, if not exceeding, 300 pounds. So that really gives you a good wall to just block those guys out, give you somewhere to run. They've mainly been running Kiefer out to the right, though. But regardless, that much size on the front line, that'll clear a nice lane for you. Looking at a 2nd and 6 here. Clock at 8:14 and counting. McLaren in the pistol with Kiefer behind him again. Kiefer will get the handoff, and he's met in the backfield. He takes a big hit. Pops up just fine, though. Yikes.
Yeah, I think that was number 25.
Oh, is that Johnson?
Harrah. That was Johnson.
Wow, Titus Johnson, the big ball carrier, laying down some big hits. He looks bigger than 5'8", 170 when he lays a hit down like that. That's wild.
Speed, momentum do a lot of things.
Why
Doesn't matter what size you are.
Well, Kiefer is listed at 6 foot 180. That's impressive. Guy 10 pounds and 4 inches, you're not your senior, but, bigger than you. That's impressive. 7:30 and counting. McLaren going to roll out right, little RPO, intercepted. He had a man, but it's just a nice defensive play here from Harrah. Picked off from number 1 there. That's Travis Tabor, guy that we've seen on some jet sweeps and some other things tonight. So maybe the first big play of the night for Harrah. A little too late with 7:08 remaining in the game, and the clock still running due to the mercy rule here. But hey, it's something. They'll take it.
Yeah, I did not see that. Harrah's number 1. I did not see him come. I think he was far in the back end zone. I did not see him. So it kind of fooled me a little bit.
Sort of a chameleon back there, hiding in coverage. Harrah will have another opportunity to try to put some points on the board. 1st and 10 from their own 17. They've got a new quarterback in as well, and he's going to pull it down and run to his right and pick up a first down. That is number 11, who we've seen some make some big plays on the defensive side. Ethan France.
I think
no.
I think they got the same quarterback out there.
Oh, they do?
16, yeah.
My apologies. I thought we had a new guy. Boy, McLaughlin showed some wheels on that one.
Yeah, that's the first time he's pulled it and
I
ran.
think that's why I thought there was somebody new. I hadn't seen him do that yet.
Yeah. Well, we have our secondary in, so a little bit more confidence, I'm sure, from that side.
See some hugs down on that Bethany sideline. Real happy to get a big win here tonight. Rubber stamp some credentials and show that this is not a team to be messed with. 1st and 10 for Harrah. Handoff up the middle. It's a nice gain there. What was that, 46? I think that's Brock Day for Harrah, number 45. Panthers also getting a chance to let the younger guys get out there and take some snaps.
Yeah, you always like to see that.
Another 1st and 10 here for Harrah from their own 41. 5:25 on the clock and counting. Shotgun set. McLaughlin hands off left side, couple yards.
Still going.
Still moving. Play not being blown dead despite all that contact. Really surprising. Not criticizing, just surprising to see the amount of contact where the officials are not blowing the play dead.
Yeah, that was like 7 yards of push.
4:55 and counting in this one. Looking at about a 2nd and 2. I suppose you can probably give them a break when they're losing by 6 scores, can't you? Yeah. Despite that, still a pretty strong home crowd, even with the chilly temperatures. And really, it's not even the temperatures, it's a wind. The wind has been biting and blowing all game. Makes the 6 for 6 extra points by Griffin Tarrant all the more impressive. Another quick handoff up the middle. Stopped for no gain. Ball came loose, but the officials are blowing the play dead. Bethany wouldn't mind another turnover. It would ensure the shutout pretty much. Harrah looking at a 3rd and 2. But it is a long 2. McLaughlin up the middle again to Brock Day, and he picks up enough for the first down. Some of those Harrah fans so excited to see a first down that they're cheering it like they just scored.
Yeah, a little bit quiet over there, and see a first down and something positive is always good, I guess so.
What do you call it? Not sentimental victories. A little moral
Pride.
victory. Yeah, a little pride.
A little pride over there.
We're definitely playing for pride, trying to erase this egg off the scoreboard, get this 0 away. 1st and 10 for Harrah from about the 43 of Bethany.
Oh.
And they're going to call pass interference on the deep pass to the right side.
So they didn't call it later in the games, but they will call it
Yeah, no
now.
call earlier on Malaska when he was maybe reaching out that hand a little bit and making contact. But we do see the call here. Again, not criticizing, but I did not see contact. I'm curious as to where the call is coming from, but there may have been some pulling or some pushing that we couldn't quite see up here. Harrah's going to get set up with a first down now inside the Bethany 30. They're at about the 28 now. First and 10, 3 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in this game. Maybe just enough time for Harrah to try to get some points on the board. Handoff to Day again. Squirts up the right side. Looked like he was going to go down after just a couple of yards, and he keeps going. This guy is hard to bring down.
Yeah, just a couple good runs by him, showing some push, showing some fight. And I think they're really going to try and get one in before the game's over.
They've got a good shot here, maybe the best shot that they've had since the first quarter. Ball is on the Bethany 21. Bethany band is playing the funeral march for the Harrah Panthers. But despite the nail being in the coffin, they're going to try to wipe this 0 off the scoreboard. 2:25 remaining. McLaughlin under pressure, steps into the pocket and fires out to his right over the head of his receiver again.
It's a little
Third down. Go ahead, Brennan. Sorry.
No, you're good. A little bit of frustration right there if I was a coach. They had their running back, kind of wheel out and go up the middle, and he was wide open, and the quarterback just did not see him.
Clock continues to run despite the incomplete pass just due to the large scale of the lead for the Broncos here. 42-0, 2:05 and counting as we close down to the final 2 minutes of the game. 3rd and 3. McLaughlin going to hand off to Day. Left side has blocks. Oh, he's going to go. Oh, no. There goes the shutout. Harrah will get a moral score, something to put on their backs to take back on the bus with them to maybe not feel so bad about the rough circumstances of this game. Makes it 42-6 on the scoreboard. Minute 49 remaining in this one. Good for them, I guess.
Got to give it to him, and then there's nothing wrong with that.
Nice run there from Brock Day down the left side. He just had all kinds of daylight. Kind of looked like Judson Gilliland's first couple of touchdowns. Similar areas of the field as well. Kick is good. Going to make it 42-7 with a minute 49 remaining. For some reason, the scoreboard says 61-7. Broncos haven't quite scored that many points, but, full amount of regulation, maybe they could have. In any event, 42-7, minute 49 left. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back with more Bethany Broncos football on Oklahoma Sports Network.
We come from different backgrounds with diverse interests and unique learning styles. Finding classes that fit your individual needs isn't a challenge at Cameron University. A small campus and dedicated faculty ensures there's always someone close by to guide you on your journey. Your success is our success. Your education is our mission. At Cameron University, you're not a number, you're part of the family.
Back in Bethany, Oklahoma at Southern Nazarene University Football Stadium, Bethany Broncos have laid the hurtin' down on the Harrah Panthers 42-7. Phil Rodriguez, Brendan Rodriguez, Jordan Rodriguez, Keegan Honorary Rodriguez getting ready to count this one down. Minute 49 remaining in the game. Harrah finally able to put some points on the board. Going to kick this one out the back of the end zone. Bethany will have one more drive. We'll see if they just knee it out or maybe let Wyatt Kiefer take it over the right side for a few more yards off tackle like he did all the way down nearly to the end zone on the last offensive drive before a red zone interception set Harrah up with their only score of the game.
Yeah, they're just going to run this clock out and just keep it on the ground. Just something simple to get this game over with.
Clock begins to run here at the start of the drive. So we are already down to a minute 30 on the clock and counting. Second string offense in there once again for the Bethany Broncos. McLaren in at quarterback. And he's going to take it on the right side on an option play, and he gets hit pretty quickly behind the line of scrimmage. loss of about a yard.
Yeah, he's a quick guy, but those couple times he's gone out around the edge, they've caught up to him kind of quick.
Well, Jackson Payne being a senior, certainly will be looking forward to McLaren potentially filling that starting role next year. With a first-string offensive line in front of him, he could really be able to show off those wheels.
Yeah.
50 seconds and counting on the clock. Probably see one, maybe two more plays here for the backups, and it's just going to be some kneel downs here. So that's essentially going to do it. We've got another big game next week. This one's actually going to be on a Friday. Searching for my schedule up here. Bethany is going to move to 5-2, 2-2 in the conference. Puts them on the inside lane on trying to get a playoff appearance. So this is a nice win. My program's coming apart here, just like my life. Well, folks, that is going to do it here. Bethany Broncos come back from a couple of big losses to get a big win tonight over the Harrah Panthers, 42-7. The run game looked incredible. The defense looked incredible. If we can keep this momentum going, these guys are going to go straight into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Final thoughts, Brennan?
Yeah, letting Payne sit back in the pocket and obviously having time to throw, I think as a quarterback that gives you, confidence into the next week to just let loose. Yeah, like you did this game. Obviously, we're going to have a tougher opponent. I'm not sure who the opponent is next week.
Looks like we're going to have Ardmore. That's going to be our last away game of the year. Next Friday night, October 25th, 7 p.m. at Ardmore. Be a big one, and then just a couple more games after that. Tecumseh and Medill getting close to the end of the season. Really no reason that we can't beat those last three teams, head into the end of the year 8-2, and say hello playoffs.
Yep, absolutely.
So, big win tonight, Bethany. Final score once again, 42-7 on top of Harrah Panthers. For all my Rodriguez's, I'm Philip Rodriguez.